So it's the 1st of March, and the 1st of every month we can look at how the monthly candle closed and what it shows for the month and the multiple months ahead. So in this video, we are going to look at the monthly candle closes for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins and see what that has to show for the month ahead. What's up guys, Dirk here from intelligentcryptocurrency.com. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe below, click the notification bell so that you do get alerted whenever I publish a new video. And if you want email notifications whenever I upload a new video, simply go and sign up for my free masterclass. It's the first link in the description below. Alright, so before we get into today's prediction, looking at the monthly close, which just closed for the month of February yesterday, let's go and revisit the video that I made. I published this on February the 1st, where I said the following about Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I do suspect this candle could go all the way back up, and we could see 42K, maybe even higher in February. I think that is a very decent possibility.
So that was at the beginning of February when we were still trading around $33,000. Now obviously if we go and look at the monthly chart, that was over here at this level, and indeed we did go all the way up, back up and higher. In fact, we went way higher. We actually went to as high as $58,321, and then we pulled back to $45,000. We are back at $47,000. So let's look, what is the candle telling us? So basically, looking at the chart last time, there was a possibility, and some other people were talking about that too, that this previous candle could perhaps be a top like here and like here. And for that to have happened, we would have needed a red candle next to it, just like in both these cases. Now obviously that did not happen. We went up, we went higher, and there's no red candle in sight just yet. And a similar thing based on this previous candle, I think this month, for the month of March, we could go straight back up and once again higher. So I completely would not be surprised this month to see us back at 58K or maybe even higher, maybe past $60,000 this month. Now, one thing we haven't had yet, which could come at any point, is a small red consolidation month. You can see in the 2017 bull run, we had one here, and over here just before this huge run up, we had one over here. Now, I actually don't think that'll happen this month because we just had a huge pullback from 58,000 all the way back down to about 43,000. And because we've just had that correction literally yesterday and the day before, the last couple days, I don't think this month is going to be a huge correction candle or a small correction candle even, because this is usually the case. What happens in a consolidation after things have been moving up green for too long, you kind of get that. And we have been having a lot of green, but it is just very much looking like this does want to continue to go higher. Also based on where we are in the cycles, I've made lots of videos about that. I'm not going to go over that again, but basically we're not even 12 months into this current cycle past the previous halving. So there should still be time on this cycle. So I think for Bitcoin, there's a good chance that we are going to go higher once again, maybe 58K, but maybe even into the 60,000s. Let's have a look at Ethereum. So before we look at Ethereum, let's go look back at last month's video. This was published on February the 1st, when Ethereum was barely just touching the previous all-time high, and you can see back then it was at 1325. So quick summary, here a little clip. If you want to watch the whole video, I will link to it up here and in the description below.
So if that theory is correct, that we're lagging, we'll see in this next 2 months. Obviously we'll know then in hindsight, but if that theory is correct, we could double the Ethereum previous all-time high by the end of March this year, which means that we could be seeing as much as $2,800 per Ethereum by the end of March.
So heading over to Ethereum right now, that was an interesting prediction, but the monthly candle had a weird candle, right? So we had this big pump, we went up to $2,000, exactly like I said last time. We're on track for that $2,800, that doubling of the previous all-time high pretty much by the end of March. But we had a big pump to 2,000, and then we had this huge pullback where we closed literally just above the old all-time high. It's quite interesting. You can see we closed here at 1421, and the spike high was literally 1420. So literally $1 past the spike high of 2018, the all-time intra-month high. we closed the dollar above that. So I think that is still a bullish sign, irrespective of how this candle looks. A lot of people will say, hey, this is a reversal candle, but I think there's actually a good chance we go straight back up this month next to it and maybe even higher. And I do think ultimately still we will hit 2800, but it might not be by the end of March because of how last candle closed. So from here to go to 2800 in one go, I mean, it's not impossible, right? It is not impossible. It could actually happen if things really, really go insane this month, but I am doubting it. So I think maybe it'll take another 2 to 3 months to get there. So maybe we're looking at the end of April or the end of May, but I do still think this trend is bullish. I think we will still exceed this high from February, and I think there's a good chance this month we go up very close to or maybe even exceed this high. So from what I can see based on the monthly, Ethereum and Bitcoin are still looking bullish, and this month, month of March, should actually be a green month. Now, looking at the Bitcoin monthly returns on average by year, you can see the month of March is mostly a red month, a negative month. And remember, last year we had a huge negative March. We had the whole crisis, global stock market crash, which in March, crashed all of crypto too, right? So there is only 2 green months in March since 2011. We had 2013, which was a hugely positive month, and we had 2019, which was a single-digit green month. For the rest, it's all been red. So a lot of people have been kind of expecting, hey, March is going to be a negative month for crypto, and I actually think the opposite is going to be true for this March. We will know in 31 days exactly. We can revisit this on the 1st of April and see how well this aged, but I think March is more likely to be green because we've just had this big sell-off in February. We had the big pullback already before March, right? So it's almost like that pullback had kind of been front run before March, and now I think the stage is clear. The indicators have been reset. The overbought conditions have been normalized. So I think there is much more room to move to the upside, and I think this March is going to be a green month. So we'll know in 31 days, and let's see how that goes. And finally, let's look at some altcoins. Basically, they all have similar patterns, so I'm not going to go through dozens or hundreds of altcoins, obviously, but they all kind of have a similar pattern. So you can see over here, this is ICX. So we had a big run up over here in February, a pullback just like we saw on Bitcoin, just like we saw on Ethereum. So those move together, but this still looks like a positively building momentum, and I think this month for ICX, we will likely see this, but also I think we will actually exceed last month's high for ICX. So I think it's entirely possible we might have a huge green candle over here all the way up to $4 this month. If not this month, probably in the next 1 to 2, maybe 3 months. But this chart is looking good for me. I think we are going to head higher. The same with other altcoins, right? The same with ARK, same thing, big spike high, pullback. I think this month we should go next to it, maybe even slightly higher in March. And it's literally the same with so many of these altcoin charts. You can see NEO, for example, we had 1, 2 pullback, but I think this is just going to go up right next to it and maybe even higher in the next 1, 2, 3 months. I do see this going a bunch higher, not just for NEO, but for ICX, for ARK, for altcoins in general. It is looking pretty bullish to me. So that was basically a very quick summary of the monthly chart. I like to do these updates on the 1st because that's literally just when the previous month's candle has closed, and then obviously we'll do another one on April 1st and we can revisit that. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and if you do want to get on my email list, sign up for the free masterclass. Okay, you'll get that presentation. It's an hour of value, basically showing you how to profit from the cryptocurrency bull run in 2021. And when you sign up to that, at the end of the presentation also, I tell you about my program, Intelligent Cryptocurrency. So basically, that's a membership where everything is included. You get access to courses on a beginner's course, a technical analysis course. You get access to a monthly newsletter where every single month I share my insights and updates of the crypto market, as well as a cryptocurrency project that I think has high potential. Like, for example, last month we covered a BINANCE coin at $70. Literally within 2-3 weeks after it came out, it went from $70 to $330 right then. Okay, so we have this month's newsletter coming out on the 7th of this month. So if you want to be in time for that, then just go ahead, sign up for the masterclass, and you'll get all the details on how to join us inside Intelligent Cryptocurrency. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I hope we have a very big green month of March. See you in the next video. Peace.